how is fear different than guidance?
It can feel really different in your body, and if you know the difference, you suddenly have a different power in making your decisions. This is Rick Wilkes from ThrivingNow.com, and I'm Kathy Vartuli from the Intimacy Dojo and ThrivingNow.com. And I know for a long time I was driven by fear. I didn't want to feel certain sensations, I didn't want to face certain situations, and I would make decisions based on that. And I know, Rick, I learned body guidance from you. And we've taken it even further, but it was such a revelation. I was like, oh my God, you can actually listen to your body. But when I was very frightened, sometimes the fear would overwhelm me. And I would think I was following guidance just because my brain wanted to be out of the situation versus really having a true knowing. What do you recommend for people?
Well, I want to ask you, when you first started listening and you were aware of like something that was fearful, how does that feel in your body differently than something when the fear is settled down enough that you feel that you're starting to be guided? Yeah. Was there something palpable? How did you discern the difference there?
I'm listening to my actual body to find out. Fear is often accompanied with racing heart. Like my heart would beat faster, my body would feel tense. There was a very high urgency. And it would be very rattly, like, no, we gotta do this. It sounded a lot like the voices outside me too. Versus when I have a true knowing, when I've tuned into my body, and my body's like, no, it just feels right. There's a quiet rightness about the decision. And there may be it may feel strong, but it doesn't feel often like my primitive brain is like, we must do this to survive. It's more like, this is a gentle, quiet knowing. And there's a discernment we learn the more we practice this. And Rick and I are actually going to be running a course where we help people tune into that inner knowing and develop that discernment in a more powerful way.
Yeah, just a quick tip for me, just to amplify what you said. If when you tune into your body, there's a sense of urgency, immediacy, have to, should, that's a shortcut way of saying, oh, I'm in fear. And there is, when you ground yourself, and we did a video on that for you, when you ground yourself, you get to a place where even if it's the same thing, like, I must go to the grocery store. I won't have time any other time during the week. I must go to the grocery store. That's an urgency, and it floods your system. And if you practice what we're teaching and sharing with you, then what happens is you feel that come up, but it goes away very quickly. And as you settle deeper and you get your pelvis and your belly and your heart online, it's like, we have time to go to the grocery store right now, and we can be just really focused instead of like, have to. We can just be focused and get what we need and want and move through the line and get back here in time. And that will make your life experience utterly different.
Yeah. If you're curious about learning more about how to tune into your intuition and your guidance, stay tuned and we'll be telling you something more very soon. Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Kathy.